everybody, happy Saturday. Today's page, so Maddie always sends me these pictures, and when I'm doing, typically my scrapbook pages have so many pictures on them that there's not a ton of room to do some fun embellishing. And then Maddie will send me this random picture out of the blue, which sometimes it's just a single picture, and they're so darn cute that I have to scrapbook them. So this one, I can't remember if I told you this before, but I've got, like, behind me, you can see my scrap bucket or whatever that's called, that shelf thing. And all of the little drawers have numbers on them. So sometimes if I get stuck and I'm like, I haven't used ribbon forever and ever, so you forget about things. So I would roll the dice, and then if it rolled on to, 6, which was ribbon, I'd have to use ribbon on my page, etc., etc. So when I'm thinking I haven't used this embellishment for a long time. So for this one, I did something different. I went through and I picked little bits and pieces out of almost all the drawers. Well, not all of them, because there's many behind me. But anyway, I picked little bits and pieces. I had some stuff on my desk, and also I'm using embossing folders because we always forget about them. If you're not doing cards and you're not using it as a background, you forget to just use them as embellishments. So I've embossed 3 pieces of paper already, and again, these were scraps. I have a stack of different colored foils that were samples, and they're just little cards. So I'm using a whole bunch of stuff. I've used a brick folder. I've used one that's got paisley. I used one that's got a couple of skulls and flourishes. I just sort of randomly picked, and well, I did look through, but yeah, I just sort of stopped at the first 3 I saw. So let's turn this around and see what we can come up with here. Now I've got, hopefully I can remember how this all goes. I'm just gonna slide this off. So these are my embossed, the foil ones, and I've cut it apart. So I'm making sure the pattern stays the same, but I've cut it apart, and then I'm gonna cut it again. This doesn't have to be, it's gonna be buried behind the photo, so it doesn't matter if it's straight or not. But I do wanna keep them in the same order. Oh, I forgot to cut the tab off. That's okay, I can do that later. Okay, so I'm gonna place these like this, make sure that the pattern matches up. That's gonna be my base. And then I have this big photo mat. Actually, I'm gonna trim it just a little bit here because I didn't want it quite that big. So about like that, and maybe a little bit more. So it's gonna be oversized compared to what the photo is, and that's okay. So this was actually I have to take my sweater off. It got warm in here all of a sudden. I don't always do this because sometimes I've got, my papers don't have to match what Maddie's wearing. Sometimes it just works out. But for this one, she's wearing these funky shorts, and they're striped. So I found a striped pattern. It was a very odd color. There's like a burgundy, and I couldn't match the other color. So I just went with some stripes. So I'm going to place this here, I think, like that. Okay, let's just start gluing down, otherwise you guys will be with me here all afternoon. Okay, so I know I'm going to put stuff behind in there, and then I'm going to glue these down. Now, normally I would probably use liquid glue because they're bumpy, but for time, did I glue that down? No, I didn't. Okay, so put that like that, and I want the most of it that I can see possible. Just line up the pattern with a little space between so you know it's cut apart. Oop, this way. And I'm gonna glue this down because, so I know I'm tucking. I'm just gonna glue the center part. It's kind of cool when you're working with stripes, you can line up on your paper. Okay, and then this one. How does that stripe not match? That's weird. Okay. Like that. I'm going quite high to the top because I have other layers to put in. There's this foil paper is so pretty when you emboss it. I love it. Okay, and then I have this one. This one has the skulls on it, if you can see that, so I'm going to cut that in half. I don't know if I remember where everything went. This one I'm going to tuck under the photo like that. I've got the skull. I can still see the skull part. Oopsie. Oh, I peeled it off there. Okay, so down like that, and then the bottom, same thing. Actually, I could put that a little shorter, knowing where it's going to be on the photo. Okay, and then I have this one that is embossed with the brick, if you can see that. I don't know if you can see, but, and that one I'm going to place like that. I'm just layering, layering, trying to get as many colors as I can. Okay, so there's that part. Then I have this little piece of ribbon. I'm just gonna run it across the bottom there. Where do I want this? In the moment. Okay, so yeah, that will work there. And I think this will stick to the ribbon. So right, I probably could have pulled that skull out a little bit. A little teeny bit of glue. There. Okay, now the ribbon. So I'll put it to the edge of the paper and then just sort of where it lands. Okay, and then I have this tiny bit of rhinestone. This will need liquid glue. And I'm going to put in the moment here. So then this little bit of rhinestone, I'm going to push beyond the ribbon. And it actually has two colors on it, so it's kind of fluky. It just the second color is off the ribbon. Make sure that stays. Okay, and then I have these really odd colored flowers. Where did they all go? Okay, 3. I think I want the flowers close to the photo. Now I've got one up here. Bigger. Oh, bigger, smaller. Okay, my page is going like that. I know sometimes I don't really bother with the direction. It's just like where it's going to go, but just sort of falls into place here. This particular layout. I'll glue these down, and I don't have anything funky for the flower center. Sometimes I'll put brads or buttons or something fun in, but I do have some cool rhinestones. I'll put those in a sec. I want to cover her head. I had to reprint this photo so many times to one of the programs won't let you shrink the photo, and I needed to make sure the top of her head was in this. Okay, now I got some cool bling. I'm gonna put a dab of glue in the center because I don't trust any stickers. All right, I've got 2 different colors here, so I'm gonna use these big ones and this big one. These ones. And then for the smaller flowers, I have, let's do this sort of pinky, oops, okay, pinky color, oops, sticking to me instead of, what is happening with my voice today? Oh my gosh, remember when I had laryngitis? Was that last year? Yeah, it was, we were in the classroom here, so. All right, I don't want that again. And then I have one more little, oh, I better put down in the moment. Just sort of, this is from that bag. I'm still pulling out words from that bag of 49 Market Willow Grove. They've just got so many fun words in it. I'm having a good time pulling different things out for different pages. So in the moment. Glue. bent a little bit, so I gotta make sure the glue sticks to them in the moment. Okay, and then over here, I have this fun little chipboard piece, and you know what? I was going to spray it, and I forgot. But let's see if I can assemble it here. So some of this stuff, like this was ancient. This is from Scrapbooker's Paradise. I think I had it for, I was going to use it for Maddie's grad. Okay, so I have this little piece of ribbon. So what I wanted to do was sort of twist the ribbon around it, maybe. That'll work. Okay. Now, how do I stick it? That is going to be the problem. And I have a flower. I'm going to put this flower on right here. Maybe that'll help. So I start it here. And then you glue that dries quick. And sort of wrap it through under the flower and then like this. Come on, stay. Stay, stay, stay. And under the flower. That is not gonna stay. Okay, I have to get out the heavy duty stuff. Just need a teeny dab. Okay. And that was going to, that was my start. Okay, like that. And then under the flower. Get off me. Come on, stay. Problem is this bead isn't round. So it wants to stick to me. Okay. And then up like here. I'm afraid as soon as I take my finger off, it's gonna fall apart. This is fussy. Okay, and then we'll close. Then, and then one more up here. Okay. One more like that. Once it dries, I can sort of make sure it's fluffy. Okay. Oh, nope. The middle stayed and the top stayed. Okay, sorry guys. Oopsie. Now it's upside down. That's sticking to me. Ah! Okay, there we go. All right, so I am going to spray that because I just want it to be a little bit glittery. Now, can I do that quick enough so you guys aren't sitting here waiting forever? I should be able to because it's right behind me. So this is just the shimmer sheer and my spray bucket. Where's my spray box? Oh, way over there. Okay, fine. Crash boom. Okay. And just spray that whole thing. Okay, quick 2-second dry. And I have one rhinestone for the center of the flower. And I will use this one. Oh, I need a dab of glue. Okay. Almost done. Okay, then I have to glue it down, and then I will cut my bar off. But I will do a close-up view. So this is like the third time that I've just put clear sparkle spray over the chipboard, and totally by fluke. I was not planning on doing that. A lot of times I use color, but I'm really liking the natural look of the chipboard. Okay, I'll do this and I'll press that down, and Okay, so, oh, I could actually do something up there. Maybe. I have a flourish. Maybe I'll do that. Okay, anyway. Hello again. Get this. Okay, so there is my finished page. Now what I wanted to show you was using these just scrap pieces and embossing them for background pieces, cutting them apart. Some of them I split, some of them I just cut shorter and added them all tucked behind the photo. So there you go. That's my cute little in the moment picture of Maddie. I don't think I had anything else. Can I put him on there? Oh, let me see. This might be kind of cute. Because she's like the Mad Hatter. That is going there. I'll show you in a sec. I love it. See, sometimes I have no idea what's going to go on a page. It's just sitting there in a bag staring at me. I'm gonna overlap that black, just like that. Okay, Vinny, there's her photo production is called White Rabbit Reflection, right? White Rabbit. Oh, I don't even know. How terrible. But it's White Rabbit. So there we go. Have a wonderful. There's my sparkly dress form there. Cute. Okay, have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you soon. Ciao.